Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Liberal Loudmouth. So today's video, I'm just going to kind of touch on what I just witnessed at the Owasso School Board. And just like I said from day one, the Owasso Public School was going to weasel its way and do its little voodoo magic because Margaret Coates is very, very clever and conniving, and she was going to just find a way to make everything just okay. And then come out smelling like roses, and none of her staff come out is looking like crap that they are. Let me show you what Margaret Coates sent out after the school board meeting, and I'll explain to you that what I'm about to read to you, she made as a statement in the school board meeting itself in front of all of those people that had went there to basically protest the school and speak about Nex Benedict. Let's take a look at that. Board members, it's with deep sadness that in my report tonight I address the recent loss of one of our own, Nex Benedict, a bright and promising young student. As educators, when we look into the eyes of our students, we see the reflection of our own children. This is why the passing of one of our students is always a profound tragedy and difficult for everyone. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with Nex's family, friends, teachers, and all who knew Nex. I'm proud that in times like this, our school community continues to come together to reflect, support one another, and ensure that every student feels a sense of safety, security, and belonging within our school walls. As we continue to mourn the loss together, Owasso Public Schools remains focused on the safety and well-being of students and staff. Over the past few weeks, we have offered continuous counseling support for both students and staff. We have also provided additional law enforcement and security personnel at our sites. And we will continue to cooperate with local and federal officials. I'd also like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to the Owasso community, including our law enforcement partners, business leaders, chamber partners, faith leaders, and our own school community for the outpouring of support during this difficult time. The solidarity, compassion, and kindness exhibited by our students, teachers, parents, central office staff, and board members has been a source of strength for myself and many others. It is incredibly heartwarming to see our school family come together to support one another in the face of this tragedy. I'd also like to say a special thank you to high school principal Tiffany Cooper and her administrative team, along with the high school counseling team, for their tireless dedication in supporting and caring for our students and staff during this incredibly challenging time. Now, I want to pause there. This is the same principal that refused to call the police, according to Nex's mother. Tiffany Cooper is the one that Officer Thompson had reached out to, according to what they said in that interview video. And she's like, oh, gosh, yes. Oh, I totally forgot I was going to reach out. Yes, that there was an incident at the school. She hadn't even tried to contact him. And this woman, Margaret Coates, is out there saying what a great job that Tiffany Cooper and her administrative team, along with the high school counseling team, for their tireless dedication in supporting and caring for our students and staff during this incredibly challenging time. Incredibly challenging time that Tiffany Cooper is responsible for. Partly. This heartbreaking situation serves as a reminder that we must continue our focus, as outlined in our district's strategic plan, to create a safe and nurturing environment. As we move forward with our strategic plan, this is an opportunity for us to review our policies, curriculum, and programs. I remain committed to listening and collaborating with our students, families, staff, and community, and I invite everyone to join OPS in the important work. Our mission as a public school is to love, challenge, and prepare all students for life after high school. We embrace this mission wholeheartedly, if you make it. In closing, the best way we can honor the memory of Nex Benedict is to continue to simply treat others the way you want to be treated, with dignity, respect, compassion, and understanding every single day. Margaret Coates, Superintendent, Owasso Public Schools. Now, Margaret, did they treat Nex Benedict with compassion, and dignity, and respect when Tiffany Cooper was refusing to call the police, when the mother asked them to do so, and that she had to then bring Officer Mansplain down to talk to him? Is that the kind of compassion you're talking about, as long as it's convenient to your staff? All right, so that's the speech she gave in front of the board, and it's basically word for word what she said at the board meeting. And if you go and watch, You won't even notice that she's reading this. She is an actress. She is an actress. Let me just play a little bit of that for you so that you can see for yourself what a fake ass lady this woman is.
Of our own, Nex Benedict, a bright and promising young student. As educators, when we look into the eyes of our students, we see the reflection of our own children. This is why the passing of one of our students is always a profound tragedy and difficult for everyone. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with Nex's family, friends, teachers, and all who knew Nex.
She said, oh.
I'm proud that in times like
this lady reminds me of Katie Britt's response to Joe Biden's State of the Union address. Let me fast forward to the part where she really drives home how important it is to respect and love Tiffany Cooper, despite the fact that she just didn't care about Nex.
It is incredibly heartwarming to see our school family come together to support one another in the face of this tragedy. I'd also like to say a special thank you to high school principal Tiffany Cooper and her administrative team, along with the high school counseling team, for their tireless dedication in supporting and caring for our students and staff during this incredibly challenging time.
Now, she's just driving this home. She had to put it in there. Like I said before, this school, and it's not just Owasso Public Schools, all right? This is basically every school across the country, and this needs to change. They are there to protect themselves, just like the police. This is what they do. And I'd done a video about this exact thing at this very school with a principal at the 7th grade center that basically said, I'm going to be here to defend my staff member who watched your child get bullied, and there's not going to be anything that you're going to be able to do about it. That's the message they send. Staff first, everybody else last. Themselves, staff, students. That's how it goes. That's their most important thing. These schools have got to start holding themselves accountable. This is why the people on the right are moving to defund the public schools through vouchers, charter schools, etc. because of shit just like this with Margaret Coates. Now, this is going to be the video that I do tonight and post out there. I did a live, so if you click on the live tab in this on this channel, you can go and watch the live as we watched all of the speakers tonight. But I wanted to do this because Margaret Coates, I've never gotten the feeling that she really just cares about doing, what she's doing. She runs a big-ass school. She makes a lot of money. She's protecting her job. She's protecting the look of the school. And she goes and schmoozes with all the bigwigs and the elites in Owasso, which is interesting because that actually brings me to another person who showed up tonight who is a business owner in the area and once actually had run for, I believe, school board. He had run for a house seat. This guy named Aaron Forst. He showed up there tonight and basically told all of the people that were there on behalf of Nex Benedict, he called them all bullies.
I know most, if not all of you, have received death threats along with rude, hateful emails, phone calls, and I have listened to you get bullied here tonight. I thought we would have learned better since COVID, but how quickly we forget. And this administration as a whole has done a fantastic job in keeping us informed about the things we need to know, keeping quiet about the things we cannot know at times, or at this time, and dismantling information or dismantling any false information. You have also continued to support and protect our children in countless ways. The school system cannot stop kids from saying mean and hurtful things. Keep in mind that even though these people are tall, they are still just kids. I agree that bullying should not be tolerated in our schools, but you can't look at just the child, or just the side of a child that identifies with a specific demographic and assume that they were the victim. We don't know what really happened in the bathroom that day or who bullied who. That's bullying.
He said that they were bullying the school board, and that when somebody, I think somebody called him a fascist. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and listen, but somebody unnecessarily screamed at him while he's giving his speech. He turned and said, "That's bullying." Now, that person shouldn't have screamed that out. That was stupid. Let the guy talk. He has a right to talk, even if he's an asshole. But I've got some stories about old Aaron Forst that I think some of you might be interested in. This is a guy who once screamed at the school, who once got in their face, who once called them names. And why? Because he needed a babysitter for his kid. This is a guy who had a foster child that, from what I can tell, he ended up giving back to the state because his babysitter closed down. Because the schools, and that's what he was upset about. And he would tell people that he lost his child. And if somebody said that to you, you would think that that meant that the child died. Right? But no, it was a foster child that he gave back to the state because, according to Aaron Forst, he had to have a regular scheduled school for his child. Come on. If your school is shut down due to an emergency like COVID, are you telling me that the state is unable to provide an exemption? Bullshit. Now, bullshit. This guy's got a lot of money. This guy's a big old schmoozer, and he's an asshole. And he was an anti-masker. And from what I can tell, he didn't really care about COVID. He just wanted his babysitter, his free babysitter. And then use that as an excuse to get rid of the child. That's what I know about Aaron Forst, but we'll go over that more tomorrow. And this is, this is an unfortunate thing. This guy gets up there and just makes an ass out of himself, but I mean, that's what Aaron Forst does. So what do you expect? But as I've said since day one, the school's going to cover it up. They're going to work their voodoo magic until everything just, we didn't do anything wrong. We're under no obligation to call the police when the parent asks us to, because if the cop shows up, then we have to make a report. Yet when I go up there to talk to the principal and I walk outside and somebody had called the cops and he's standing outside the door, they can call the cops on a parent that's up there trying to figure out where this book is or what the book is, but they can't call the police on a child that just got the shit beat out of them by 3 people. Make it make sense, folks. All right, that's it for tonight. This is the Liberal Loudmouth. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.